First off, can you tell us your name and title?
I'm Neal Brackett. I'm a veterinarian at North Broad Animal Clinic.
Why get into veterinarian?
I grew up in a farm background. Spent a lot of time on my grandparents' farm and did not know anything else I wanted to do except work with animals.
How long have you been working?
I graduated from vet school in 1988. Practiced in the Chattanooga area for a couple of years. Went and spent 2 years at the University of Missouri, did some graduate work. Came back to Georgia because I missed the gratification I get from helping people, and research bored me.
And you've been in Rome for how long?
I've been in Rome, actually practicing in Rome since 1997. Before that, I practiced a couple of years in Dalton and a couple of years in Adairsville.
What is it about Rome that's kept you here for so long?
What's kept me in the Rome area is that it is a great family town. It's a great place to raise kids. The arts community here is wonderful. The Rome Little Theater has been a big part of my family's life. Our church has been in Rome even when I was practicing in Adairsville and Dalton. We found ourselves split two different ways when I was working in Dalton, but all our friends and social contacts were in the Rome area.
What's one of the hardest parts about being a veterinarian?
The hardest parts are all the things that don't involve helping people and helping people with their pets. The business side, the paying the bills, especially when the economy's tough, to having to say no to people who can't afford to help pay for their pet care. Or the other thing that's really bad is people who aren't willing to spend money to help their pets.
What has there ever been an instance that stands out in your mind, one of your most gratifying things you've done since you've been working here?
Well, I had something very, very gratifying last week. I had a poor puppy, this 12-year-old old lady puppy, Pekingese, and she came in skin and bones, weighed 12 pounds. She had a great big pot belly, and that belly was full of pus. She had she weighed 12 pounds. 4 of those 12 pounds was pus. Her uterus had gotten infected since she was not spayed like she should have been when she was much younger. And we opened her up. We took out a great big infected abscessed uterus, and it weighed 4 pounds. Her body temperature immediately dropped because that big pocket of pus was generating a lot of heat. Touch and go for the next several hours, but she came in last week to get her stitches out, and she gained 2 pounds, and it wasn't 2 pounds of pus, it was 2 pounds of muscle that she was on her way to a healthy recovery.
How has the economy affected veterinary medicine?
I think it's affected it because people are starting to take shortcuts. They may look for a bargain. The veterinarian that may be here a couple of hours on a Sunday afternoon, thinking they'll find a bargain, and they'll go get their vaccines at a local big box store, and 2 hours that veterinarian's gone. And if their dog has a reaction, then there's nobody there to take care of it, so they'll end up taking it to the emergency clinic. I've tried to combat that by offering some coupon specials in the little coupon book, and we may possibly add similar specials through Coosa Valley News. We'll see. I think people, one thing that's got me worried is that people have cut back on their heartworm preventative, and we didn't have drought this past year, and we may start to see a lot of dogs come in with heartworm disease. Things are tough, and sometimes other other needs need to be taken care of. I think we're seeing people not adopting pets that they otherwise would have, and so that's affected us as well. And just like everybody else, we're trying to do what we can to keep our doors open, but we need to be responsive to the people who need a little bit of help.
Being in this type of work, it's almost like being, a human doctor. You see bad days. What do you do to unwind? And I'm sure you have hobbies and whatnot where you can actually smile and, enjoy a bad day, make it good.
Well, on a really slow day, I'll try to get to the Y and then swim a few laps in the pool. And we've got a wonderful Y here in town. My kids stay busy. They're active in the local music scene and at the Rumble Theater. And my wife's a musician. She plays for a lot of the musicals. She plays for the Rome Symphony Orchestra. And through the kids getting involved in the arts and through her role as a musician, we gotten active in the Rumble Theater. And since then, the Rumble Theater has become a great big part of our lives. I'm on the board of the Rumble Theater, and I'm actually producing my third play this spring. Woody Allen's Played Against Sam, and we've got a great cast that we're looking forward to seeing the magic that they produce on stage in about 8 weeks from now. Right now, Rumble Theater is playing My Fair Lady, and this is a wonderful play. It's about 3.5 hours long, but you will be thoroughly entertained the whole 3.5 hours. We've got some great local talent. Richard Bristow from Shorter College is playing Eliza's dad, and he is just hilarious in his role as a street smart part of the what do you want to call it, the underbelly of London, the undeserving, and he gets his comeuppance in the world and ends up having to become proper and has to get to the church on time at the end of the play because the missus wants to become proper too. Eliza Doolittle is a student here at Berry, here from I think the Marietta area, and she has done a great job. Danny Price on the Berry faculty has produced this play, has directed this play, and it's just a wonderful piece of magic on the DeSoto stage.
A lot of people, just not in the Rome area, but the Coosa Valley area, sometimes forget about what's right in front of you. If you haven't visited the Rome Little Theater in some time, why should they come back, and what is so special about the Rome Little Theater here in Northwest Georgia?
You can see plays. You don't have to go to the Fox. You will be simply amazed by some of the sets that the local talent will produce. I've seen less sets when I've gone to see shows at the Fox. The talent's great. We've done Cats twice. And did it near as good as the touring shows and the shows that I've seen on PBS. We've got some wonderful talent in this town. The Rome Symphony, it's you don't have to go to Atlanta to see a good concert. The Northwest Georgia Winds periodically puts on free concerts. They're putting on a show this May. They're across the pond. I think it's like the 12th or 13th incarnation of that. And I'm proud. As a dad, my kids are going to be dancing the Irish portion of that, doing a little river dancing there. And the community here in town, you cannot go a weekend without having a hard choice on entertainment from some of the wonderful local talent we've got in this community.
Finally, if someone has or wants to get information on veterinarian, and if they want to find you to become their new veterinarian doctor for their animal, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach us at 706-295-2344. There's been a veterinary clinic on this location since the 50s. little neat story is that the person who's directing the play that I'm producing at the Rome Little Theater, Virginia McChesney's dad, started this practice, and we tried to give great service and try to be here for people when they need help with their pets.
And if someone has questions or wants to know what's next at the Rome Little Theater, they can find that out
They can find that on at www.romellittletheater, that's TheaTre.com, romellittletheater.com.